teenagers turning 17 means learning to drive, but Mack Rutherford took that rite of passage to, well, new heights.
Battling extreme conditions, he crossed 30 countries in an ultralight plane to become the youngest person to fly around the world solo. Here's Fran Nanouri with his incredible journey.
And British-Belgian Mack joins us now from Bulgaria, where he landed yesterday. Mack, I love the fact that you're going to go back to school, I presume, in the next couple of weeks, and everyone in the classroom will say, oh, what did you guys do over summer? Well, I just sort of played in my back garden. What did you do, Mack? Well, I flew around the world. I mean, that's incredible. It's like, that is just a fantastic achievement. How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel incredible. So it's amazing for so long, 5 months after having started my journey, that it has actually ended and I've been able to do it successfully and safely. But though I must admit that I'm still really enjoying flying, and so it's definitely a little bit sad as well that I won't be able to fly as much as I did before. But it's amazing.
So you're there in your cockpit this morning. Obviously, it feels like home now after all this time. And in a way, I guess you were almost born in a plane, weren't you? Because you're from a family of pilots.
Yes, so both my parents and my sister are pilots, so my entire family are pilots. And I'm the 5th generation in my family to be a pilot, so it really is just a part of my life and always has been. And when I was 10 or 11, I started flying more and more often with my parents and started really enjoying it. And that's sort of how my passion grew.
So, Matt, you set off in March. You got back just only this week. 5 months. You were literally, just to clarify, this is a really silly question, but you were literally on your own. You're on your own in that plane, clearly, but there's nobody following you. You've got nobody near you. You are literally on your own for the entire 5 months. Is that right?
Yes, so I am entirely on my own, so that's particularly daunting over places like the Pacific, where you have a 10-hour flight and you only have radio contact for 1 hour, and the rest is just basically completely on your own. Luckily, that I do have a possibility to contact my parents and my ops team with the Iridium, which is actually on my right-hand side here, and for me to be tracked with a yellow brick on my left side. And so that's really been helpful because it does everything by satellite, and so wherever I am in the world, I always have contact and they always know where I am.
Right.
Can you remember the first moment you flew solo?
Yes, so it was when I was 15. It was quite a stressful day. So I think I did about 2 circuits with my instructor before it, and then he just went out of the plane and was like, okay, there you go. So now you can try it on your own. And of course, it's quite a shock. But that's the way you're supposed to do it. If you overthink it, it starts getting into your mind, and you start thinking maybe I shouldn't do it. You really need to be put on the spot for something like that. And I did, and then I did it, and I couldn't be more happier that I did it, that I actually took that step.
Now, you've already said you're 5th generation or something, a whole family of pilots in your family, including your older sister, Zara, who is 19, I understand. Now, siblings often are a little competitive, often bicker. She held the record, didn't she, for being the youngest person to fly around the world solo, until her annoying younger brother broke it.
Well, so yes, so she also held the records. So youngest woman to fly solo around the world and youngest person to fly solo around the world in microlight. So she still has her record for youngest woman to fly solo around the world, and I think, but she's been extremely supportive and really helpful throughout my whole journey. So she's been doing some of the tracking. She's been really helping me out, giving me advice, things like that. And it really is thanks to her that I flew around the world.
Oh, brilliant. Mack, it's just an incredible story. What an achievement to do at 17. It's scary to see what you may do in years to come, and we'll be following eagerly. Mack Rutherford, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Just incredible.
Maybe Darcy would think that's the answer to not quarrel with Billy. Just send him round the world.
Can you just send him on a plane, please, on his own?
Exactly.